Alright, Chase, time to head off to the rescue. We got an old mansion out in the outskirts. There's supposedly zombies out there. Maybe you need some sunglasses. Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here. We're taking a look at another Legacy United figure, and one that's from a different toy line. This is Chase from the Rescue Bots universe. Chase, of course, is a popular name for Transformer characters, as it can be traced all the way back to Generation 1, where that Chase was a Throttlebot who transformed into a Ferrari Testarossa, and was always known for his high-speed antics. Now, the speed aspect apparently carries over to this version of Chase, where apparently he'll be a muscled-up police car. The Rescue Bots line was intended for younger children, aged 3 to 5 years old, and thus were put out by the Playskool brand. They even had a very simplified cartoon so that it would encourage children to learn to work together with others, as the Rescue Bots had to work with their human allies to save the day. Now, in that cartoon, Chase, in the first cartoon of it, Chase was voiced by a voice actor, D.C. Douglas, who's a well-known figure in the video game community, as he's voiced several characters. Some of his most famous ones includes being Raven in the Tekken series, at least the more modern versions of Tekken, but he's probably also well known, as Larry was demonstrating earlier, for being the voice of Albert Wesker, the mastermind villain from the Resident Evil series. Unfortunately, he's not continued that role. So those of you who have played the RE4 remake, that wasn't him. But if you played RE5, the original RE5, and any of the subsequent ones that came out after it, Mr. Douglas, who voiced Chase here, was the voice of Albert Wesker. I'll never look at this Transformer the same way again. At any rate, let's take a look here at Chase's accessories. He has a pair of special floodlights. There we go. Now I'm finally getting them to come off. Just let him lay down on the job for a moment. Here's the red one. It's done up more in a circular pattern. And then, of course, we have the blue one, which is done more like a trapezoid pattern. As you can see there, it's not entirely square. Yeah, we have those. And then next, get him up on it. Well, just lay back down. We have this gripper claw weapon. And unfortunately, due to the way the claw is designed, it is not intended to be functional, because the claw arms inside it are removable. And they are actually the same, so we'll just have the one out here. So that is something you will want to bear in mind. If you do buy this toy loose, he should have 2 claws. And then, of course, beyond that, that's pretty much it for his accessories. It's a good thing they have made the light bar a permanent attachment. The only downside with the claw weapon is to fit it in his hand, you have to shift the hand over so that it will fit, because as you can see here, the weapon brushes up against the car kibble on his arms. But at any rate, let's take a look at Chase's articulation. His head does turn from left to right, and it is on a ball joint, so it will rock up and down. You can raise his arm up at the shoulder about so far, and it does rotate all the way at the shoulder, although some more of the car kibble just interferes with it. You can bend his arm at the elbow 90 degrees, and he does have a swivel at the bicep, so he has G.I. Joe battle grip. You can twist him here at his hips, so he's got some dance moves going. Yeah, you need something to do after a hard day's police work. You can spread his legs apart into a full splits. He does have a good thigh cut all the way around. You can raise his leg at the hip even greater than 90 degrees. And you can bend his legs at the knee 90 degrees. Plus his ankles do swivel at the side, but that's more for transforming him than anything else. Okay, let's get Chase transformed. Start by taking his head and we rotate it all the way around. Then next, we're to get this front portion, the top of the car, to fold downwards. That may be difficult on a very brand new toy, so do heads up for that. Then we'll take the chest area and we're going to fold it up like so. Continue all the way, but once you clear the head, fold down the section that you lifted, and then get it all the way up to where it's supposed to be, right under the light bar. And then next we'll come down here and we're going to rotate his arms so they come forwards. Straighten them out as you go, so it would look like he was doing I'm Surrender by laying down. So I guess this is more playing dead. Then you'll come back here to his legs where the wheels are. And you're going to fold down that segment. At least we're starting by doing this. They should connect to the spots there on the wheel, on the legs, but I find it's easier to shift them out a little bit to get those out. Then, of course, once you've done that, we'll stretch his legs out all the way. Because you're going to fold down his heel like that. And then we start to rotate it inwards. Should go all the way just like that. And then we'll come here to the front side and you're going to fold down the section with the headlights so that they're down. Alright, when we've got him like this, flipped over, rotate his legs on the thigh cut so the wheels face downwards. And then you're going to bring his legs together, because you'll see there's two posts in between the legs. You'll fasten them together. Then once you've done that, then you are allowed to connect the hood of the car, the front end of the car. There we go. It's got two connections, so make sure you get them both so it's stable. Then we come back here and you're going to rotate him by bending him at the hip all the way forward. You may have to bend the hood of the car and parts of his body just to get the windscreen The front of it should shift and go underneath the hood of the car, like so. Excuse me for a second. Okay, to finish that up, once you've gotten that into position, we come down here, work the arms in and under, because they've got to not only connect back here at the back, but also down under here. Got a little slide tab that should hide right behind the door. Work that in over there. Work that in here. And then we fold down these other sections. Which gives them some nice hot rod-like pipes poking out. There we go, that gets that one in. There we go, got him in. And then that transforms him into a muscle car, police car. And of course, we can attach the gripper claw onto the back of the car. And the little extra floodlights get attached to the sides of the car. And then there we have it. How well does he roll on those little plastic wheels? Rolls rather good, tends to skid easily, but otherwise, this looks like a fun little toy. Now we get down to my thoughts. This comes off as a bit more of a complicated toy than what his original ones would have been. But of course, this is also intended for an older audience. The original Rescue Bot toys would have been catering to children 3 to 5 years of age, whereas his instruction manual shows that he is suitable for a child of 8 years. But all in all, it's still a great toy. It doesn't take too much effort to transform Chase, and certainly if your child was a fan of the Rescue Bots, whether you showed it to them in the original way or thanks to modern streaming and such, you probably show them to your young children today. The values that they would teach of cooperation certainly could stand to still be taught to children of today. But regardless of that, this toy is pretty good. I do like how it transforms. It is very smooth and simple, although on a brand new version it can be a little stiff, so do take that into mind when you do present a child with him. It may take a few transformations to get him loose enough that it's no longer a problem. If I really have a gripe with it, I would say I don't like how that they made the fingers of the claw weapon to be removable. That just seems like a nuisance and a way to get more pieces lost. So, and I would have preferred it being semi-functional. At any rate, that's my review of the Legacy United version of Chase from Rescue Bots. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please do remember that if you love the content on my channel, I would appreciate a like, share, and a comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is Sparkster1701 saying I'll catch you all later.